Okay, and welcome back, Twitch and YouTube. We're going to pick up where we left off last time in Grand Tactician, the Civil War here. Just got back with a cup of tea. In the last one, we did manage to liberate West Virginia from East Virginia, the other Virginia. And I know in real life it's called Virginia, not East Virginia, but West and East makes sense. We liberated West Virginia. Where I think we should soon have the readiness to start pushing into Confederate territory in various places. Let's advance time and see if our guy is able to do a proper retreat past the forts. Okay, he is able to run the forts. Okay, so not too much of a problem. We did suffer one defeat, one naval defeat, which is a little annoying, but I can work with that. Okay, that's, I think, one of our purchases finishing. 100 pieces of Frank Weston carbine has been delivered. Let's go ahead and put a new order in for the Weston carbines. At this point, I should probably go for 3,000 carbines at a time. Yes, we got like 1,000 of each, which isn't actually enough to equip any of the new units, so I should do 3,000 each. Even if that means they'll be a little bit more delayed at showing up. And then the artillery, we still are on the small ones, and this is the smoothbore howitzers, so we'll just do an 8 order. Just reliably have an 8 order rolling in, so we've got some artillery as a medium quality stopgap while we're still trying to develop the rifled artillery. Okay, one thing I think we're going to do is let's go ahead and actually try to start up a battle. We see the Hampton Division here. Let's try to engage the Hampton Division. Preparing siege. There we go. The home squadron is at the destination. Let's move them in to where I think I want to blockade. And the Atlantic blockade squadron. Let's reorganize you. We don't need those steamers. Steamers are good for river actions, but we're not operating the river here. We're going to be operating on the ocean. There we go. So there is the battle I was trying to swing, it does appear the enemy has some reinforcements. 2 units of unknown reinforcements that our reconnaissance is able to tell us is out there. Let's go ahead and withdraw. That's more than I want to fight. Go ahead and pull back to Alexandria. Obviously not the best of signs that there's 2 enemy armies, 2 hidden enemy armies down here. You've arrived at your destination. Okay. The Department of the West is apparently ready for promotion again. What is the... Well, the siege should be going pretty well. What is the estimated over-under on success there? It's currently engaged in siege combat and will hold its position to engage light skirmishers along the line. And Confederacy is actually expected to win, which is maybe not what we want. And then the Department of the West. Do we have any idea where the enemy might... Apparently they have St. Louis. Let's go back and take St. Louis. We don't have a fort in this area. This is going to be a semi-useful location for me. Oh, we don't have enough readiness yet to build anything. Okay. You're not yet back to green. So the only army that we really got ready to go is having to be a little bit stationary, which isn't ideal, because it's outnumbered in the local area. $73 days. 21. Okay, so I think it's time that you do a return to port order. $26 days estimated. There's like a 44% chance that we succeed and we'll get Really? The town flipped back already? I suppose that's a minor town, it's not a major town. McDowell is happily in his new position. I'm tempted to upsize you. Yeah, let's upsize you. You won't be very effective during the upsizing, but... yeah, we can grab a cavalry unit from Maine. And we don't have enough cavalry guns. Okay. Mixed cavalry guns is not super great. Better than nothing, but most things are better than nothing, so that's not saying much. Give it another 9,000 troops that way. And of course the new units aren't formed up yet, so we lost some readiness. Why are you low on ammunition? It's not like you've been shooting. Oh, it's only artillery ammunition that you're low on, so maybe I'm not going to worry too much about that. Union issues some more bonds. Most likely to pay for the new units we just rallied. Requested to be rallied. Okay, it swung in our favor. Still expected to be a long engagement. Okay, some of our guys are ready for more aggressive actions. So Pennsylvania shall go once more take over Winchester. You're only... mediocre readiness? Yeah. What's our understanding on these guys? We outnumber them. We don't know by how much. Don't have enough information to know whether or not... if I'm ready. So we'll hold off a little bit there. And then... Department of the West is still marching up on St. Louis. Okay. Another city falls. Confederate victorious. Union seizes made. So I assume that's something like we've technically lost St. Louis that it's complaining about there, which is annoying if that's the case. Oh, they took back Grafton. Okay. Someone's arrived where they're supposed to be. Arrived at your destination. Okay. Give you a little bit while before you send you back out. Then you've arrived at your destination. Okay. You're green again, so as soon as you retake St. Louis, probably going to send you off to the Western Army here. 30 days. Your corps has reached your objective. Okay, so we're going to start sieging down Winchester. Your corps has reached... Okay. And more... 8 pieces more artillery have arrived. Again, we'll just go ahead and order another 8. Keep them coming in. They're not our long-term artillery target. Prison camp's complete. Let's queue up the next prison camp. The next prison camp upgrade. Oh, looks like we're about to have a fight. Let's see, can I get some upgrades to the unit equipment before we get the fight going? Some more rifles wouldn't be bad. Okay. We got 32,000 here, in theory. So we're going to be outnumbered, but I think we can accept being outnumbered. Or is the enemy backing off? Looks like the enemy might be backing off. You're taking over Winchester. How quickly can... Already moved by the river. No. Okay. Let's. No, we won't go that way. Oh wait, that's roughly what we want. Let's see if it actually does that. And if that's actually been taken, then I believe in the west we should be good to go. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and engage the Western Army here. Union passes Tariff Act. That's good. That should generate more revenue. Policy-wise, on to the Revenue Act. Because yeah, I think we'll start to fight with these guys if we can get the two armies together in reasonable readiness. Oh, I think they might be starting something. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't intend to run away. We in theory have the larger of the two forces. Well, we have the weaker of the two forces. I might accept to deploy to defend. So if they wish to engage, they can engage. Enemy, are you actually going to attack? We're on the defensive, yeah. Okay. Okay, so it looks like they're just going to keep triggering it until we fight the battle. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to fight this battle. Yeah. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. Well, actually, no, there's going to be a jump cut. We're going to do a jump cut. So if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a battle. And then we'll go ahead and be back recording the rest of this campaign portion after the battle. Watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to mute the mic. Just give myself a little bit of possibility here in the future to do an edit break that isn't in the middle of me talking. And then we'll load in the battle. Okay, and welcome back after the jump cut. Maybe I should have retreated there and not taken the Battle of Alexandria. We did end up losing it, but we did inflict more casualties on the Confederates than we took. The battle was ended with the Army of Northern Virginia retreating from the battlefield in good order. My command has earned us a glorious tactical victory, whipping the enemy before withdrawing to fight another day. The enemy has reportedly suffered total casualties of 8,026. Thereof, 1,086 were killed, 369 were captured. Their morale is believed confident. Our casualties total 6,035 men, with 775 killed, 972 missing, and the rest wounded. Morale is unstable, with supply situation very good. We did manage to capture some enemy soldiers who have been taken to the POW camp. There's the Department of the West, starting up another battle. So if you're watching on YouTube, we're going to have a jump cut here. I think this battle will probably be going up tomorrow, as we'll be recording what will effectively be the 5th video of this recording session, with this being the battle. Though technically this is the 2nd campaign video that we're doing the jump cut in the middle of. So with that, catch you in the next video. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to mute the mic again just to do another jump. I think this is a battle unlike the last one, where we should win. Hopefully. We'll rejoin in the next one. Okay, and back from the jump cut. Once more, we have another victory, this time victory at Franklin. His Excellency the President, the Battle of Franklin has ended with the Western Army retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory and the enemy running for their lives. The enemy has reportedly suffered casualties of 2,086 men, thereof 261 are killed, 565 captured. Their morale is believed to be stable. Our casualties total 960 men, with 158 killed, 169 missing, the rest wounded. Morale is eager, with supply situation good. We have captured 919 rifles and 10 guns from the enemy from the battlefield. 515 soldiers have been captured and taken to our POW camps, so apparently 50 of the captured people are not good enough to ship to the present camps. At least for the foreseeable future, that may be the cessation of combat operations, as most of my units have ceased to be combat ready, apparently. It's also the Battle of the Gulf of Mexico. The Battle of the Gulf of Mexico has ended with the Savannah Squadron retreating. The engagement was a complete victory with the enemy fleet thoroughly whipped. 6 ships have been sunk. 1 has been captured. The condition of the enemy fleet is believed to be good. The condition of my fleet is intact. Okay, well. Yeah, captured 1 ship. Let's send you back to port, and then we'll send the other ship out and about. It's a blockading squadron. Maybe the port down here doesn't get great supplies or something? Okay, 76 days at sea is probably good enough. You move again. Okay, the Department in the Ohio is probably good to go. Let's go fight the Army of the Northwest here. We do outnumber them. They're in our territory, so they probably haven't regenerated their readiness as much as they would like. And then the Department of the West. We'll probably go chasing after the Western Army. Or bonds issued. Here we go. Department of the Ohio versus the Army of the Northeast, or Northwest. Once again, this is where we're going to have another jump cut in the video to support having the battle out in a separate video. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can expect there to be a jump cut in a moment. If you're watching on Twitch, once again, I'm going to kind of put a short break in my talking so that when I come along and do editing later, I've got a break in the talking to put the edit break in. It does look like we outnumber the enemy. We don't outnumber the enemy by much, but our better equipment should fairly pull of the day. So we will be engaging here, but it will be after a short speaking break. So if you're watching on YouTube, short break, or short cut, jump cut, and you'll be post battle. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. After that jump cut, we did end up with a victory at Cambridge. The Battle of Cambridge ended with the army of the Northwest retreating in panic. My command has earned a total victory, with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemy has reportedly suffered total casualties of 3,192 men, thereof 372 killed, 723 captured. Their morale is believed to be stable. Our casualties total 835 men, with 122 killed, 161 missing, and the rest wounded. The morale is eager, with the supply situation very good. We captured 2,032 rifles and 8 guns from the battlefield. 71 enemy soldiers have been captured and taken to our POW camps. The unit I wanted for construction is, in fact, ready to go do some construction. Let's go ahead and send you down here to do construction down here. Army of the Ohio is semi-similar, where it is now ready to move out, do some construction. Let's go ahead and have it move over here. Build something over there. The rest of the new expand armies are not quite ready to go anywhere. Unit routed, unit broken. I'm not actually sure where it's going yet, but... Results of the Battle of the Atlantic. So apparently we had another naval battle. North Carolina squad retreating. The enemy engagement has a remarkable strategic victory. The enemy fleet is steaming to the safety of the harbors. One ship captured. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring you back. Another reason than we presumably have that captured ship, and we would probably want to protect it. Is that really the direction you're going to go? I don't think that's a good idea, because you're going to go right past the fort doing that. Here we go. %53% probability of Union victory. Army of Pennsylvania is ready, but the Army of Northeastern Virginia is not. Something I will do is let's have the readied army here go ahead and build us a depot. There we go. It's gonna take a while to build, but we're trying not to have Washington, D.C. fall, so improving the supply situation in the local area is not bad. Army of the Idaho. Okay, we don't know where the enemy went off to. They went bungling off somewhere. Let's go. We know this is a hostile city for the moment, so let's go retake it. Pennsylvania, yeah, okay. That's the Army of Ohio going to where we want to build the fort. Army of Indiana is doing the same. So sometimes it's hard to tell which cities are controlled by which cities. You'd assume that the Missouri cities were controlled by Missouri cities, but apparently not. Because these are Union Confederate controlled. I'm guessing it's this place down here, so let's go ahead and actually go a little in the offensive. Yeah, our readiness is a little low, but that'll be fine. Go on blockade. You're probably far enough along that I can go ahead and issue a return to port order. Yeah, that's not the best port, but it'll work. How's the Florida Keys squadrons going at refreshing? 78 days. 55 days. You also have one more ship than you should have, so that's almost certainly a prize, yes. Dump the prize in the supply. Yep, 78 days is probably good enough. And 55 is probably fine, good enough as well. Enemy of the Army in the Northwest has withdrawn and seemingly trying to regroup. Oh, I guess they were in the city we just ran across. Okay, so they're withdrawing in our face because, well, they haven't had time to recover from the last fight. That is... Western Army is in contact with the Department of the West. So, I think that will be both the end of the campaign video. Actually, no, we'll have a little bit when we get back to the back to the campaign map after the battle. But this is probably going to be the last battle of the stream. Don't want to be up too late tonight. So we'll probably just have 2 campaign videos. But yeah, so we're going to have one last battle for this stream, and then we'll do a little bit of cleanup, unless we end up in battle real quickly. So with that, there will be a little jump cut here for you on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to mute the mic for a short moment just to give myself a good edit position, and then we'll basically start up what will be the battle video. So until the next part, hope everything goes well. Okay, and welcome back after the jump cut. It was a little bit of an unimpressive battle there at Lebanon. We barely got to see the enemy before the enemy ran away. The Battle of Lebanon has ended with the Western Army retreating from the battlefield in good order. My command has earned a remarkable strategic victory with the enemy forced to give ground. The enemy has reportedly suffered total casualties of 53 men, thereof 9 are killed, and 228 captured. So apparently, someone screwed up the count there. And I think it's actually on the total casualties at that point. I think it's we captured guys after the battle, so the casualties are from the battle. The captured can include post-battle people. Their morale is believed to be confident. Our total casualties total 58 men, with 27 killed, 10 missing, and the rest wounded. Morale is eager, with supply situation good. We have captured 0 rifles, because the infantry escaped in good order, and 1 gun. So we think we destroyed 5, or at least denied 5 from the enemy. Only 1 of them were worth taking. 229 enemy soldiers have been captured and taken to the POW camp. Somehow we've turned 228 captured and 229 being sent to the POW camp. Don't ask me how that math works. So that is the victory at Lebanon. The Western Army is in retreat. So we'll probably end up pursuing them tomorrow. Army of the Mississippi here should... What I was trying to do before stuff happened is I think we're going to head and put a fort in here. One fort there. You haven't arrived at your destination. When you get there, you'll probably put a fort there as well. You arguably are where I want you to be. You're still capturing the town. Once the town's captured, we'll probably set another fort up. And there's the army of the Northwest withdrawing in front of us. Check out some more bonds. Here at this point, we should be able to see, yeah, finances. Tariffs after the Tariff Act has jumped up to 267. So we're still running a deficit because all our other expenses are rising, to be fair. Wait, you're just waiting until the place gets captured? The place should be being captured, yeah. 39%. The small army here doesn't capture very quickly, is what's going on. Someone's arrived at the destination. Johnston withdrawing again. That's not surprising, they still haven't time to reorganize. Smith at destination. Okay. And I suppose I'll go ahead and do one more battle for the video. Once again, we can see on the battle map it's the Western Army again. We're attacking the Western Army again. Oh no, this is the Department of the Ohio, not the Department of the West. Okay. So I'm going to do one more battle tonight. I'll be back. So, jump cut. Okay, and welcome back Twitch and YouTube after what will be a jump cut in the YouTube video. Well, that was a battle, and by that was a battle, I mean that really wasn't a battle. The Battle of Grafton ended without us actually seeing the Army of North Virginia. So, of course, His Excellency the President, the Battle of Grafton has ended with the Army of North Virginia retreating from the battlefield in good order. My command has earned us a remarkable strategic victory, with the enemy forced to give ground. They have reportedly suffered casualties of 0, because we didn't get to shoot at them. Thereof, 0 were killed. We did capture 33, so there's a little bit of fog of war going on there. We managed to get 33 guys who presumably went the wrong way or just deserted to the opposite side. Morale is believed to be confident. Our casualties are 0, we killed 0, we have 0 missing. Morale is eager, but the supply situation very good. Of the 33 we captured, 26 were taken to our POW camps. I don't know what happened to the other, 7, 8, 7. The other 7. Didn't send them to POW camps for whatever reason. Army of North Virginia is in retreat. Victory at Grafton. Policy-wise, we are still working on Revenue Act. We're about halfway through it. We are, in theory, seeking out a battle there. We'll see if we actually end up with another battle in this video. But I definitely want to see these guys get to their position. Yeah, so we're driving them south. We're taking that city. City should almost be captured. Half captured. Construction complete. And yeah, okay, we did have that battle. This is what I thought the last battle was. So once again, we're going to have another jump cut for YouTube. So we can go ahead and bring the jump cut back in from the main campaign. Bye for now. Okay, and welcome back after the jump cut. We, of course, won a glorious victory at Lebanon. The Battle of Lebanon has ended with the Western Army retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory, with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemy has reportedly suffered 1,848 casualties of 1,848 men. Thereof, 261 were killed, 457 captured. Their morale is believed nervous. Our casualties total 913 men, with 127 killed, 151 wounded, or 151 missing, and the rest wounded. Morale is eager, with the supply situation good. We've captured 891 rifles and 7 guns from the battlefield. Maybe implying that either we did a lot of damage to the guns, or they just didn't really have any guns worth taking. 445 enemy soldiers have been captured and taken to our POW camps. And yeah, all things considered, it was not a particularly long fight. Can I get that fort queued up before I forget about it? Yeah. Fort Grafton is being recaptured. See the Army of Northern Virginia there, which I think we just... Either the Army of Northern Virginia or the Army of Northwest we just beat. And we'll probably have to beat them again, to be fair. And again. And again. Army of the Shenandoah and the Army of the Potomac are here. This is why we need both our guys up over here to be ready to back up. We've got the Siege of Norfolk going on, which if we do succeed there will give us a much better naval supply base. I suppose that would be one way to take Vicksburg, is take it from behind. Take Petersburg and then not Vicksburg, Richmond. Take it from behind. Vicksburg is over here, isn't it? That's Nashville. I don't remember where Vicksburg is. I obviously don't know my cities here. Oh, there's Mississippi River City. Okay. Maybe there should be a fort around here. We haven't sent the boats down far enough to figure that out yet. But yeah, so I think with that, that's where I should probably go to put a part break in. Stop recording for a while, because I think I let this part go a little bit long. I said I was going to stop, and then I didn't stop, and I kept going. We almost got propaganda. Not that we necessarily need propaganda. I think propaganda is going to offset the malice that we're going to take from the income tax. We're saving up for... Oh, in fact, we have enough to immediately to actually cash it in. So let's cash it in right now. Which was the improve the credit rating. I'm going to have to let it advance just a little bit to actually get that kick in. And we do have enough for the rifle artillery, so we should grab that. Same sort of thing. I might need to let some time pass for that to kick in. Okay, so the cannon here, I don't need to wait any time. Let's go ahead. We're going to go at least 32 pieces of the rifles. 3-inch rifle. And the 6-pounder forward rifle. Oh, we got more rifle muskets. We should probably distribute more of the rifles here. See if I remember next time. Rest should be received in the next 14 or so days. 35 or so days. You can see the cost difference between the Lorenz and the Springfield. The Lorenz is basically 50% more cost, And it, for practical purposes, it's the same range, the same rate of fire, so it's not an improvement. You just can build it foreignly, right? So Mississippi rifle has a little bit of a range advantage. The cost of a little rate of fire. Repeater. Oh, that's a carbine. Okay, so the carbines here are pretty nice for rate of fire. Not necessarily for range. Okay. Well, let's let the time advance. There we go. See the credit rating improved. So we're now up to B, triple B minus. I think we were at double B. See the funds going up and down, up and up and down. So yeah, at some point I should probably try to improve our income a little bit. I suppose that's actually what we're doing with the Revenue Act, right? So that's going to give us new carbon tax. That'll give us income tax, I believe. And then someone can do some like printing notes and stuff. Yeah, no income or corporate taxes, but the 5% there will be nice. Or at least I think it'll be nice. Who knows? Maybe it isn't. Well, that's how we change the minis. So, economy has been declining in the north, improving in the south. Wealth, on the other hand, has been generally rising, which is nice. We might do stuff to make that worse. Unemployment is worse in the south. Well, unemployment's just pretty bad both sides. Okay. National debt is rising. Our debts are actually rising faster than Confederates because I like good weapons. The Confederates aren't splurging as much. Confederate ratings up and down and up and down. The Confederate ratings actually... Or the Confederate interest rate is actually lower than ours, which is a little bit interesting. Though that's probably due to the raw amount of debt. And then there's our credit rating, which is lower than the Confederates because I've been spending more, apparently. We did just raise it up. We're going to want to keep maybe doing that. And we're actually currently negative, so if we went a little bit longer, we'd take another debt out, or another loan out. So there's the tariff X going in there, giving us more tariff income. Didn't affect sales, didn't affect land. And both of us are negative. I'm just more negative than them. Okay. Popping over the strategy to round out the stream here. Our national morale is around 94. Theirs down at 83. We've reduced it by 12.5 from battles. A little bit through town occupation. Apparently, because they occupied a town, they actually got +5. I think they probably had an objective, much like we had to take over West Virginia, they probably had something to take over a town. So, the fact that they took one of the West Virginia towns back was a little bit annoying, but... So yeah, we're at 94, they're at 81. National support, which is the support of all the states, I believe. For both sides is about equal. States, home states will drop, the brigades suffer high casualties. On the other hand, they go up, I think, if the POW camps don't have enough space, right? So we see we're actually gaining some here. I think we're gaining some here. In addition to POW camps, Illinois, Iowa, Pennsylvania, New York. Yeah, so those are probably the places where we actually have POWs. The South probably does have a POW camp based off of that, but it's probably already suffering some minor overcrowding. Whereas they're not getting any from us because I've been keeping mine big enough. We have a higher morale of our armies, which is maybe actually a little bit surprising, seeing as we're not being so graceful of attacking. We have more men fielded. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that, but sometimes it does. I think most of their guys are in the east, and we've started to deplete places elsewhere. We have more naval tonnage. Though I haven't been building any, I've mostly been capturing it at this point. We have more military experience. We have more battles won, 21 to 2. Total casualties are in our favor. They have 66,000 casualties. We have 29,000 casualties. European relations favor them. Trade warfare favors us at the moment. Yeah, we've dealt about twice as much damage to them as they have to us. Though most of the damage dealt to us is coming via what? The privateering. It's mostly the privateering flying. Whereas in our case, it's the blockade, because I haven't been privateering them back. I've just been blockading them back. Our economy is a little bit stronger. Apparently have better weapon tech, better corporate profits, better domestic trade, better foreign trade, higher private income. Notably, my credibility is a little bit lower because we have a little more debt outstanding. Objective-wise, in this stream, we did officially get West Virginia. And they have their own set of objectives, and I think that's where the +5 from town occupation, capture forts, and town objectives. So they have a -2.5 because we made West Virginia secede. They got a +5 from occupying one of our towns from the objectives. Battles, town occupation. So we got something occupied and we need to take back. Yeah. Militia Act. We won the first major battle. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I think we should be able to continue at least not losing. We're definitely not doing as great and hot as I would like. We do have an aggressive siege going on in Norfolk, so if we take over Norfolk, we'll be in a position to do a little bit more mayhem. And hell, once that unit's ready, we might go running down, try to take over the fort down here. Keep going down the coastline there. Or maybe I might gamble with a run on Petersburg. We'll see how the armies up here are looking. The armies up here look good, and we do an attack. I may at the same time do a move on Pittsburgh. Or Petersburg. Pittsburgh. I am trying to get them out of West Virginia. And if we do get them out of West Virginia, this army will probably go in and descend on Lynchburg over here. Does look like they've raised the Army of Tennessee and got some raiders over here. Let's see if those actually come into Kentucky. And then we're trying to drive... Well, it's the Western Army. I think somewhere around here is also going to be the Missouri State Guard, unless the Missouri State Guard is disbanded. They haven't disbanded by direct action, but maybe they disbanded because they decided they weren't worth keeping at this point. Got siege. We're suffering a 2% privateering to 10 of our ports. Okay, so the Missouri State Guard is still operational. And then the Army of Northern Virginia is still operational. So the Western Army is apparently not considered an invading army because we've beaten them. They're presumably running at the moment. Definitely stuff we could produce more of. Vice versa, there's also stuff we could consume more of. The manufacturers are underproducing because there's demand. Yeah, okay. Well, without too much ado... Oh. Hello, Twitch chat. Yeah, unemployment's somewhat good. Allows us to have more men to recruit, I suppose. Yeah, most of the soldiers end up on the East Coast. I think we're about to go and end the stream for the night. Had a couple different battles in here. Trying to do a little bit more out in the West while we're waiting for the stuff in the East to actually organize up. Basically, we got the armies off in the East just staring at each other mostly. Besides the siege over Norfolk. Yeah, without too much ado, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. So if you're watching on YouTube, I probably said the video was going to end a while ago. It is actually going to end at this point. If you're watching on Twitch, if you have any comments, I think now is probably a good time to leave them. I'm going to go ahead and do the Alt-Tab out to end the recording. So, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next stream. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. So, bye for now.